This March, Ennis will once again become a haven for readers and writers as the Ennis Book Club Festival celebrates a very special milestone, its 20th anniversary. Over 2 decades, the festival's grown into one of the country's most loved literary gatherings, known for its warm welcome, lively discussion and impressive lineup of authors. The artistic director of the Ennis Book Club Festival, Martina Durac, joins me now in studio. Martina, good morning to you.
Good morning to you, Alan.
Thanks very much for being with us. I mean, I'm sure you look forward to every edition of the Ennis Book Club Festival, but 2026 marks the 20th iteration of it. Could you have imagined when it started out that it was going to reach this point?
Well, I certainly couldn't have, and I must admit now I haven't been involved for all of that time, but the volunteers who started it, I imagine they didn't realise, the impact of it, I guess, how it would grow, how it would develop, and I mean, it's a tribute, and I really feel that it's a tribute to the work that they did back when they started it, that the festival has grown to become what it is. And as you said, it genuinely is a fixture on the literary landscape, the book festival landscape in Ireland. And of course it has that unique quality of being the only book club festival. And and that is the thing that marks it out, I think, welcoming book clubs from all over the country and actually outside of Ireland also to come to Ennis to celebrate books and reading and writing and community.
And that fact that you just mentioned there, it entices people from beyond our shores, which points to how successful and what a big draw the festival is. And another great thing for Ennis to have on, because Ennis and Clare, we've plenty of music festivals and festivals focusing on other things, but books and book clubs in particular is a unique thing.
It is. It's something that makes this festival special, I think. And we're not short in Ireland for book festivals and literary gatherings. And being able to have this festival in March, I think, is wonderful because it's a time of year where spring is coming. Spring is here, I guess, even if it doesn't quite feel like it. And bringing people over here, bringing people from writers and festival goers from all around the country is just, it's a wonderful celebration. It's a way to kind of start that sense of the year. And there's a great energy and enthusiasm. And the volunteers do incredible work every year. And, we'll be relying on them again this year for sure. And the writers that come, they're writers that are very well known to people. But then we also have the ambition to introduce writers that people don't know and that they get to know during the festival. And we've had fantastic feedback on that from, panel discussions that take place that audiences maybe hadn't expected. And they leave just thrilled. And it's a beautiful thing, I must say, about the Ennis Book Club Festival, that the readers, they really appreciate. They analyse, they're there for that, they're in book clubs, they're doing this all the time. So they want to engage, they want to be involved, and they want to feel like they got something, that they received something, from the exchange during the panel discussions. And that's something that we work very hard on.
And those unknown quantities, when they turn out to be one of the highlights, must be, as you say, a brilliant aspect for people coming along. But for you and the other organisers of the festival, if you feature, if an up-and-coming writer is part of the programme of events, and then that you catch them at an early stage of what ultimately becomes a very successful journey, and in the years to come they become a big seller, it must be pleasing to know that Ennis Book Club Festival platformed them and gave them an opportunity early on in their journey. It
is in the sense that we are here to support as well. We are here to engage. We're here to be the people who offer the programme to our audiences and say, take a chance. Sometimes take a chance, for sure. We want to give you writers that you're absolutely going to know and you'll feel safe in their hands. But also we want you to go into some panels with maybe little or no expectation and come out going, that was great, And when I'm looking at the new writers, I mean, I read their books beforehand and I'm thinking, this is just wonderful. This writer is special. And that's a great feeling. And then when they do come to the festival and have those discussions with the readers, there is a great exchange because it's new for them as well. So it's new for them and it's new for the audience, and it is a good feeling to see them go on to bigger things, of course. But it's more important just to kind of catch them as they're flowering, I suppose.
Well, you may not have been there since the start, Martina, but you are artistic director for the last while, and you're artistic director for this very special 20th Ennis Book Club Festival. So give us a sense, be it the up-and-coming budding writers we've just been referring to, or the more established names, who and what people can expect from this year's festival.
Absolutely, very happy to do so, Alan. I'd like to start by saying one thing, though, about local acts as well, and local people who will be coming to perform. And there's a very lovely thing happening this year. And the Clare Youth Theatre do some work every year for the festival. They create something new and create something wonderful. And they're celebrating 21 years. And it's just fantastic, because these are young people who are coming through developing their own means of expression. So they have a show that they're putting on this year called The Freedom to Read is the Liberation of the Spirit. And I think that's going to be lovely, and we'd encourage a lot of people to go to that. That's on Saturday afternoon. But back to what you were saying about new writers. Wendy Erskine appeared last year in a panel discussion on Edna O'Brien, as it happened. And she was really, really warmly received. And her debut novel, she's a very, very well-respected short story writer. Her debut novel, The Benefactors, came out last year, and it's just fantastic. I mean, it's just a beautiful, beautiful piece of work. She is a great performer. She's a really, really good communicator, and her event is going to be on with two other writers, Una Frawley and Oisin Fagan, on Friday, and I think that's just going to be really special. Una Frawley's book, also a debut, is a memoir. Very, very affecting piece, very strong, and Oisin Fagan's book is a kind of a wild ride. So
you're really selling it and intriguing people with that.
I think that's a great combination. I mean, we have people like we have Anne Enright appearing on Saturday night, and
there's a big name.
There's a big name, and joined by, and she's actually going to be interviewed by a really, really wonderful younger writer called Niamh Campbell, who moved to Clare relatively recently. So she's now a Clare woman, we'll say.
We're claiming her.
We're claiming her. So I think that'll be great. We've got great writers on Saturday afternoon. Abby Dare is coming over. She's originally from Nigeria, living in England now, and she's paired with an Irish writer called Quaylen Hughes. Really, really beautiful writer. Very, very well fated, let's say, by the New York Times for her latest book, The Alternatives. And they're being interviewed by the founder of a excellent arts and literary magazine, Will Govan. The name of the magazine is The Moth. So I think that'll be really, really worth going to. I think it could be kind of surprising in some ways. On Friday afternoon, we have Irish writers, Chloe Michelle Howarth, who now lives in Brighton, Nisha Dolan, Irish writers who are going to be with an English writer, Nicola Dinan, and their work is very, very interesting. I think they're great communicators. They're kind of bolshy in their own way, and their work, I think, is quite surprising. So we'd love to see people coming to them, and to the locally based writers. I just heard your lovely poetry insert there, and we'll have Karen J. McDonnell and Erin Farniff also appearing, and we have Sunday Miscellany coming to the Ennis Book Club Festival on Sunday morning, and that's always great because that's just a kind of a cornucopia of delights.
And aside from the Sunday Miscellany, you have some of the favourites returning, the Festival Book Club, and of course 10 books you should read as well, which audiences seem to really connect strongly with those particular formats, Martina.
They absolutely do. I think they love it. I think they're intrigued to find out what other people are reading. And this year it's Brian Dobson and Cecilia Ahern. I would say to people, if you want to get a ticket, you're going to have to try very hard now because that's practically sold out. Sunday Miscellany is probably close as well. But I think because maybe it's book clubs as well that are coming, the idea of kind of discovering the ins and outs of someone else's 5 favourite books and what are the reasonings, what are the reasons behind that, seems to attract people a lot. So yes, and we also have a couple of fringe events, and those are events where we're bringing along writers and maybe performers who people wouldn't ordinarily see, and there's less pressure to be part of a kind of or in a big venue, say, for instance. And we've just added one there, Anne-Marie Nicaron. She's a fantastic Donegal poet and really, really great performer. And she's going to be doing kind of like a mashup with 2 singers from the Gaeltacht in Meath, Rathcairn, on Cade Clunella. And that's on Saturday afternoon. I think that's going to be great in the Shule Gallery.
Okay, lots and lots happening. You did touch on the last question that I wanted to ask you, which was how people can attend. Some events, it sounds like ticketed. Obviously, you touched on Brian Dobson and Cecilia Ahern. Get cracking on that one, folks. Others, are they free entry? Is there an overall festival ticket? How can people ensure their attendance?
Yeah, so I think if people go on the festival website, ennisbookclubfestival.com, they'll be directed. They can see the entire programme. They can get details of what's on in each event. You know, they can get a better sense of what might be happening, and they'll be directed to where they can get tickets. So they'll either be going to Glore or it will be quite evident once they go online. And some of the events are free. All of the events are ticketed because, of course, we have to kind of get a sense of how many might arrive, you know.
Yeah.
And it's pretty much the same as it has been for the last number of years. The process is as streamlined as we can make it.
Okay, and you can check out the website to find out more. We'll be talking to some of the writers you can expect to hear from at the festival between now and the festival itself. But for the moment, the artistic director of the Ennis Book Club Festival, Martina Durac. Martina, thanks so much for popping into the studio.
Thank you very much. My pleasure.